Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to reset your Maya preferences and also how I customize Maya, so in case you want to make your interface look like mine. First, we need to find the Maya preferences folder. So let's open up Explorer folder, and it's kept in the documents folder. This path should be similar to yours unless you have yours installed on a separate drive, a different drive. So let's go to PC, Documents, go to Maya, and then find your version of Maya. So mine's 2020, and here's your preferences folder. You can rename this if you want to save it, or you can just delete it. In my case, I wanted to just delete it. And then we're going to open up Maya. So when you open up Maya, it's actually going to populate a new folder, and there you have it. A new preferences folder is made. And that's reset, and that's all there is to it, to reset your preferences. Okay, Maya is loaded, and now I'll show you how to customize Maya if you want to make it look like mine. First, let's get rid of this new highlight settings window. I'm going to uncheck this so that it doesn't load up every time we load up Maya, and hit OK. And next, you'll notice that Maya is a little bit slow to load up, and I want to speed that up. So let's do that. Let's go to Windows, Settings and Preferences, Plugin Manager, and I'm going to unload a couple things we don't need yet. So I'm going to unload Bitfrost, which is the effects tool. And I'm also going to unload Mash, which is the procedural generation tool. We'll bring those back up if we ever need it. So we'll load those back up then. And then hit close. And now Maya should load up a lot faster. All right, so now let's make the viewport a little more visible. First, I want to turn on my polygon count. So I always have this on. It's very useful for what we do. And then now let's work on this visibility for the videos. So I'm going to right click the grid here, and I'm going to go grid options. I'm just going to change these colors, so make it a little more aesthetically pleasing. I'm going to hit apply and close. Now we have our grid, and I'm also going to turn on multi-sample anti-aliasing. That looks a lot better. Now let's work on the color of the background. So I'm going to go to Windows, Settings and Preferences, Color Settings, and under General 3D Views, just going to bring this down. Something like that works. Okay, so let's throw an object in the scene, and I'm going to turn on wireframe on shaded so we can see the wireframe. As you can see, we have this blue color. I don't like that. I'm going to change it to black. So we're going to go in the Inactive tab under Objects, and under Polygon Surfaces, just change that to black. Okay, so now when I highlight the edges, it's kind of hard to see. Again, this is for the videos for you guys. So I'm going to change this to be a little more saturated. So under Active, the Active tab, open up Components if you want to copy this. And under Polygon Edges, you can see that it's this swatch up here. So I'm going to double click that, and I'm going to change these colors. I'm going to change this to 32. 0.9 and 1. Then I'm going to hit done. And nothing's actually happened yet, so we need to save this and then go back to Windows, Settings and Preferences, Color Settings, and reset to saved. Now it's changed. Now we can close this up. So the next thing I want to change is the rotation. So when you rotate something, it's a smooth rotation. And if you hold J, it snaps, right? And I want it to be the reverse of that, right? Because most of the time you rotate something, you want it to snap. So while the rotation tool is active, go into the modeling toolkit, go down to step snap, turn this to relative, and I like to have mine set at 45 degrees. So now whenever we rotate, it's going to be at 45 degrees. All right, So now let's change our preferences settings. So go up to Windows, Settings and Preferences, and let's start at the top. UI elements, we can get rid of the time slider, range slider, and command line. Won't need those. Not doing any animation yet. Under display, I'm going to change the line width to 1.8. And now our lines are much more visible. So it's starting to look a lot nicer. Under polygons, I'm going to change the vertex size to 4, edge width to 4, and I'm going to highlight border edges. So right now it hasn't updated the highlight border edges, and I'm going to show you what the difference is. So it updates when you make a new object. So I'm going to make a new object, pull off to the side, and I'm going to detach these components so you guys can kind of see. Right? So this is without highlight border edges because it hasn't updated, and you can kind of see nothing really, it doesn't really show. But if I do it on this one, and I detach these components, you can kind of see the difference, right? It's much more clear when your edges are detached, you know. Okay, so let's go into here. Settings, I do change this based on when I'm exporting to the game engine. So I have a separate video for that for you guys. And then the last thing I change is undos. You don't really need to change this one, but I change it to finite, right? I change this to 100. 100 undos is good for me. I don't have to worry about a massive amount of undos accumulating and slowing the computer down. So slowing down Maya. All right, and I can hit save. And that's all the changes I make. I can get rid of these now, and I just need to save my workspace. So I'm gonna go up here to File, save it current workspace as, I'm just gonna call it custom modeling. And I'm gonna hit OK, and we're done. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. See you in the next one.